He's here. I told you we should have got the guy from Harvard.
I told you he's in Paris at that museum. The Louvre. This guy's local.
Langford, Fife, professor of Symbology, Stockbridge Community College.
Thanks for coming, Professor. I know it's late.
Always happy to help law enforcement. You know, my dad was a deputy sheriff down in Mayberry, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Used to go to crime scenes with him all the time. You name it, purloin pies, jaywalking, even a moonshiner once. Well, truth be told, we knew it was Otis, so we just sort of looked the other way.
This is a bit more serious.
Serious? You try telling Aunt Bee that a thief threw her pecan pie out of a car window during a high-speed chase? Now that's serious. Now that's one of my favorites. A fair catch. Now, do you realize this is the only painting Norman Rockwell ever did of a mythological creature?
That's very interesting.
Now, what is it you wanted? Holy smoke, somebody's been murdered!
We know that part.
Well, this is terrible. It's just terrible.
Calm down, Professor.
Calm? Do murder and calm go together? Calm and murder?
What about the symbolism?
Oh, right. Symbolism. Well, it looks like he was murdered by somebody who hates Moby Dick. I think you should bring in everybody named Ahab for questioning.
We should have got the guy from Harvard.
Now, wait just a doggone minute. I may have gotten my degree in symbology through a correspondence course, but I still graduated magna cum laude. And those of us at Stockbridge Community College are every bit as competent as those highfalutin professors from Harvard with their fancy sheepskins from accredited schools.
All right.
Well, he started it.
All right, then. The victim is the museum curator, Jacques Fromage. After he was harpooned, he put on a pair of rubber fishing waders and positioned himself with his hands raised like claws, holding half a lemon and a can of tuna, all to send a message. A message you can decode.
Well, I appreciate your confidence in me.
It's not us. It was Mr. Fromage himself. While he was dying, he called the police on his cell phone and said, Professor Fife can decode the message.
Well, I guess my reputation preceded me.
Of course, his brain was suffering from oxygen deprivation at the time.
Now, did you check out the tuna fish?
We wanted to wait for you, so as not to disturb any symbology.
Well, good thinking. Chicken of the sea.
Professor Fife, this is Sopha Poisson, a cryptologist with the Quebec Secret Service.
Professor, Jacques Fromage was my grandfather. He called me here to tell me something of the utmost importance. I am too late. Please, help us solve this terrible crime.
My brains are at your disposal. Now then, where was I? Now this is odd. I have these same 3 paintings at home in my living room.
What is the significance of this squeezed lemon?
Well, he was probably just trying to say when life gives you lemons. Well, it seems Mr. Fromage did leave us a message in invisible ink.
How do you know?
Just an old trick my dad taught me. Just as I suspected. Mr. Fromage did leave us a message in invisible ink using lemon juice. I'm gonna need a heat source.
I have a creme brulee torch right here. One never knows when one may be called upon to finish a meringue or caramelize sugar.
Well, you really take the Boy Scout motto seriously, don't you? Now watch this.
Professor, this is arson.
Exactly, from the Latin ardere, to burn. However, I believe in this case the word aperio is more appropriate.
What's the Latin word for idiot?
No, wait. He's right. Look. Aperio. To reveal.
Sneer? Bash? Browbeater? What's that supposed to mean?
Come on, Miss Poisson. We have a mystery to solve. Do you mind if I grab that tuna? I'm a little shy on groceries this week.
How you fixed for mail?
Take it.
I told you we should have got the guy from Harvard.
This is a very interesting house.
Yep, it's an exact replica of an ancient Sumerian temple of eternal youth, scientifically proven to slow down the aging process. When I'm 100, I'm still gonna look like I'm 30.
You're only 30.
Well, I added a garage. It might have thrown the dimensions off, but I'm still tweaking it.
How did you happen to choose the exact same paintings that were near my grandfather's body?
Well, now that's a funny thing. I didn't. I bought a lifetime pass to the Norman Rockwell Museum, and they sent me these as free gifts.
That's quite a coincidence.
As a great philosopher once said, there are no coincidences. Well, actually, it was Goober, but it bears repeating.
Sneer, bash, browbeater. What can it possibly mean?
We'll need to use a sophisticated and technically precise instrument to crack the code.
What's that?
This is an Ovaltine Secret Decoder Ring. Cost me a fishing pole and a collection of baseball cards. Hope he drove a hard bargain. Now we'll use this to rearrange the letters of the message to give us other phrases.
You mean my grandfather left us an anagram?
Well, I just thought he might be dyslexic. I got it! A Hebrew rabbit snores!
Keep trying, Langford.
Yeah. bare breasts be her own.
Langford!
Well, that's what it says. Bob Sewer Rat Beer.
Oh, Langford, give it up. It's no use.
Bob Sewer Rat Beer, case closed.
What about the H and the N?
Bob Sewer Rat Beer. Junk. I'm going to take this back to Opie Monday morning.
Do you know any barber's sons?
Why?
We know my grandfather wrote this message for you. Sneer bash browbiter. It is an anagram for beware the barber's son.
Well, that can't be it. I don't know any barbers. Wait. Well, come to think of it, Floyd's son Skipper was always kind of strange. But it can't be him. He was working on a cruise ship and fell overboard.
Why do you say he was strange?
Well, he had a really bad case of dry skin and he suffered from Meldenbuterin phobia.
The fear of melted butter.
Exactly. And he had this really weird thing. He didn't want anybody looking at his hands.
Skipper, the barber's son. My grandfather. Tuna fish. Norman Rockwell. How do the pieces fit?
Norman Rockwell! Holy smokes, I almost forgot! Those 3 paintings at the museum were fakes!
How do you know?
Well, I'm Norman Rockwell's #1 fan. I can tell a fake Rockwell a mile away. My trained eye caught a slight imperfection in the lower left-hand corner.
What was that?
It said, printed in Canada. Just like... Oh, it couldn't be.
What?
All valuable museum paintings are imprinted with a special mark to identify them as originals in case they're lost or stolen. Visible only with these special glasses. Just as I thought. These are real Rockwells. Your grandfather... Your grandfather must have sent those to me for safekeeping.
But why?
Because he knew I was doing an exhaustive study of the hidden messages in Rockwell paintings and that they might be destroyed along with him.
Hidden messages.
Sopha, you better have a seat on the couch. Sopha, this may come as a shock to you, but I believe your grandfather was the Grand Master of a secret society, one that has existed for hundreds of years and has included members such as William Shakespeare, Sir Walter Raleigh, Jules Verne, Norman Rockwell, and Bowser from Sha-Na-Na.
A secret society to do what?
Well, to keep a secret about the nature of a great conflict between Homerus Americanus and Siren Mare, lobsters and mermaids.
Langford, are you on any medication?
Well, just a little Robitussin, but... No, wait, Sopha, I'm serious. Now, legend has it that lobsters have been enslaving and killing mermaids for hundreds of years, and your grandfather's organization is dedicated to stopping it.
What is the name of this organization?
The Société de Prévenir les Attaques Sinister par Omards, also known as SPLASH.
The Society for the Prevention of Sinister Attacks by Lobsters.
Tell me then, Langford. What is Norman Rockwell's hidden message in the spelling bee?
Well, I haven't figured that one out yet. And it's not called the Spelling Bee. That painting's called Cousin Reginald Spells Peloponnesus.
Cousin Reginald spells Peloponnesus? Langford, we're so stupid!
Well, stupid's a strong word. I prefer cryptologically challenged.
It's from Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. You remember? At the helm a seeming mermaid steers toward Peloponnesus as they fled.
Well, I was just going to say that.
And Shakespeare was a member of the literary club, founded by Sir Walter Raleigh. They met at the corner of Bread and Friday Streets in London. Guess the name of their meeting place. The Mermaid Tavern.
Well, we should team up for Trivial Pursuit sometime. Now it's my turn. Now look right here at the house. You see under the gable a ship's wheel. And look, the shingles are rounded to look exactly like fish scales.
What about the television antenna? Is that of significance?
Are you kidding? What's another word for antenna? An Ariel! The Little Mermaid's name was Ariel!
No, that can't be it. Hans Christian Andersen wrote the book The Little Mermaid in 1836. She wasn't given the name Ariel until the Disney version came out in 1989. Rockwell did the painting in 1949.
All right. Can a fella make a mistake without somebody getting all persnickety about it?
But wait, your instincts are right. What do lobsters use to find food and sense the world around them? Antenna!
Well, that's what I meant. Now, why did your grandfather choose this brand of tuna to hold when he died?
Maybe it was the only kind available to him at the time.
I don't think so. Well, of course. The coat of arms of Warsaw, Poland. Up until the 17th century, it showed a creature that was half bird, half fish, literally a chicken of the sea. That emblem evolved into a beautiful mermaid holding a sword and shield who swore to defend the city.
That's incredible, Langford. Where did you learn about it?
PBS documentary on Polish mermaids.
I saw the coat of arms you were talking about in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, when I was a child. I was with my grandfather. He asked me to wait outside while he attended an important meeting there.
Probably Splash headquarters. What was the name of the place?
The Polish Mermaid Lobster Pound.
I noticed your emblem outside and was wondering if... Beware the barber's son!
Smear bash Braubiter.
In the tank.
not exactly sure what I'm looking for. Get it off, get it off. Well, you could at least give me a hint, for Pete's sake.
Camel. At night.
We can't wait until tonight, and I really don't expect to find any camels here on the streets
No,
of...
Langford. It's an anagram. Camel at night. The giant clam. Safe. A waterproof safe.
Well, we still need the combination.
I think I know what it is. My grandfather and I used to do math puzzles together.
Sure know how to paint the town red, don't you?
He would have used his favorite, the famous Fibonacci sequence. Try it.
Well, my finger still hurts from that lobster. Why don't I hold the clam and you try the number thing? Now that's one of my favorite movies, but now hardly seems to be the time to watch it.
Watch it now.
Another anagram, right? I suppose watch it now means win cow hat or something.
No. It just means watch it now.
Do you have a player?
In the kitchen.
You wouldn't happen to have any popcorn, would you? I can't watch a movie without popcorn.
I'll make some.
Extra butter? It's okay. I'm on Lipitor.
Fife. You've been observing history. You're in history now.
Well, history was one of my favorite subjects. I got a C- in it.
If you are watching this, it means I am dead. I suppose it could also mean that someone opened my waterproof clam safe and took out the DVD, expecting to watch Splash, starring Tom Hanks and directed by Ron Howard. In that case, put it back. This is not for you. Sopha, all these years I have been keeping an astounding secret. Mermaids are real. They've existed since ancient times, when they were known as sirens of the sea, believed to be able to lead sailors to their doom with their beautiful singing. In truth, mermaids have always been friends and protectors of their land-dwelling cousins. But in the last few centuries, due to the dumping of various wastes at sea, a natural, or should I say unnatural, enemy of mermaids has emerged. Homarus erectus humanus, growing to as long as 6 feet, these half-human, half-lobsters can think, talk, and in most states own firearms. They have enslaved and killed siren mare to the point where mermaids are now virtually extinct. Fortunately, Splash discovered that a mermaid kept out of salt water for an extended period of time will adapt to life on land and grow legs, although the call of the water is never fully extinguished. Sopha, you are a mermaid. That's why I never brought you to the ocean or even used salt in making pasta. You were found on the beach when you were just a baby, and I raised you as a land dweller just to keep you safe. Splash, under the guise of commercial lobstermen, will continue to hunt Homarus erectus humanus and protect the mermaid race. Be safe, Sopha. Remember your proud heritage. Don't do drugs. Drink only in moderation and never while driving. And I love you.
Well, I don't know what to say, Sopha. Obviously, your grandfather was a few books short of a library. But nice bow tie, though.
I'm not sure, Langford. He never did use salt while cooking pasta.
Well, all right, but giant killer lobsters that can talk? I mean, for Pete's sake.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry I led you on this wild goose chase.
Langford 5. I haven't seen you since your daddy shut down my sushi restaurant for health code violations.
You let her go, Skipper! I'm warning you, my whole body's a weapon!
So is mine. All I have to do is snap my claw, and this pretty little Poisson is on her way to becoming a fillet.
It's filet.
What happened to your claws, Skipper? They look like they've been boiled.
I did that to myself to remind me of the pain lobsters have endured. Steamed, boiled, big stuffed, covered in Newburgh sauce, and most disgustingly, slathered in melted butter.
That reminds me, Skipper. How's your Meldenbuterin phobia?
Like you care, Fife, but if you must know, I'm planning to start therapy soon.
Well, why don't we start it right now? Exposure therapy.
Oh, say, Fife, who gave you that haircut? Why don't you take these rubber bands off and let me give you a little trim?
Let's go, Skipper. Maybe they'll let you work in the prison barber shop.
Or the kitchen. There's lots of butter in that kitchen.
Oh, Langford, if I were not a fish, you're the kind of man I'd want to spend the rest of my life with.
And if I were the incredible Mr. Limpet, Sopha, I'd turn myself into a fish just to be with you.
Please, take me to the sea.
Action.
Sneer, bash, browbeater. Case closed. Where's my bullet?
Well, now he doesn't look a darn thing like me. I told you we should have got Tom Hanks.
Thank you.